On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected.
Thank you to all our amazing channel members for your generous support.
She moved like light through cinema, fragile yet unbreakable, leaving behind elegance that time itself has never learned to fade. Audrey Hepburn was born on May 4, 1929, in Ixelles, Brussels, Belgium. Her childhood was marked by war, hunger, and uncertainty. During World War II, she lived in the Netherlands under Nazi occupation and secretly performed dance shows to raise money for the resistance. Malnutrition left her weak, but it also shaped her empathy for suffering. Her rise to fame felt almost magical. In 1953, Roman Holiday transformed her from an unknown actress into a global sensation, earning her an Academy Award for Best Actress. She followed it with Sabrina and Funny Face, where her charm felt effortless and sincere. Then came Breakfast at Tiffany's, creating an image so iconic it still defines elegance today. Later, My Fair Lady proved she could carry grand productions with quiet authority. Behind the camera, Audrey was gentle and reserved. She spoke several languages fluently and preferred books, gardens, and simple meals to Hollywood parties. She never saw herself as glamorous. In her heart, she was always a dancer, carrying ballet discipline into every step, every glance, every carefully held silence on screen. Audrey Hepburn died on January 20th, 1993. She was 63 years old. The cause was colon cancer. She passed away peacefully at her home in Tolochenaz, Switzerland, surrounded by loved ones, far from fame, noise, and flashing lights. The world reacted with deep sadness. Newspapers called her a rare soul. Actors and directors spoke of her kindness before her talent. Fans gathered outside theaters, leaving flowers and letters. Even people who had never watched her films seemed to feel the loss, as if gentleness itself had grown quieter. Yet her story did not end with cinema. In her final years, Audrey became one of UNICEF's most devoted ambassadors. She traveled to famine zones, refugee camps, and war-torn villages, holding sick children, listening to mothers, and speaking for those without voices. She once said helping children gave her life true meaning. Today, Audrey Hepburn is remembered not only as a style icon, but as a symbol of grace with purpose. Her films still comfort new generations. Her fashion still inspires designers. But more than that, her compassion continues to teach. She proved that fame can serve kindness, that beauty can be humble, and that true elegance begins with how you treat others. Some stars fade, some legends grow. Audrey Hepburn remains, not just in film, but in the quiet places where kindness still matters. Her voice could break hearts and heal them in the same breath, turning pain into beauty that still echoes through time. Etta James was born on January 25, 1938, in Los Angeles, California. She never knew her father, and her mother was often absent, so she was raised by others. As a child, she sang in church with a voice so powerful, people stopped and stared, already sensing something rare. Her rise to fame began in her teens. In 1954, she recorded The Wallflower, which became an early rhythm and blues hit. But true legend arrived in 1960 with At Last, a song that wrapped love, longing, and hope into one unforgettable sound. At Chess Records, she blended blues, soul, jazz, and rock like no one else. Over time, she won 6 Grammy Awards and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993. Behind the fierce voice was a woman who lived hard and felt deeply. Etta struggled for many years with addiction, fighting battles most fans never saw. But she also had a gentle side. She loved cooking big meals for friends and family, and once said, "The kitchen gave her peace when music could not." Etta James died on January 20th, 2012. She was 73 years old. The cause was complications from leukemia. She passed away in Riverside, California, surrounded by those who loved her, after years of health struggles that she faced with honesty and courage. The news shook the music world. Artists from every genre shared memories of how her voice changed their lives. Radios played her songs non-stop. Fans lit candles, left flowers, and wrote messages saying her music had carried them through heartbreak, loneliness, and love. Today, Etta James is remembered as one of the greatest voices ever recorded. Her songs are still played at weddings, in films, and on quiet nights when people need comfort. Singers still study her phrasing, her power, her raw emotion. She taught the world that a voice does not need perfection, only truth. She sang about love, loss, desire, and survival, and even in silence, her voice still sings, reminding us that some souls never really leave. She carried laughter in her blood and courage in her voice, and even in a short life, she left a deep mark. Carrie Louise Hamilton was born on December 5, 1963, in Los Angeles, California. She was the daughter of legendary entertainer Carol Burnett and producer Joe Hamilton. As a child, she grew up backstage and around bright lights, learning early that creativity was part of everyday life. Her rise began in the early 1980s when she appeared on the popular television series Fame, showing both acting talent and musical ability. She later appeared on shows like Murder, She Wrote, and performed in theater and musical productions. One of her proudest achievements came when she co-wrote the play Hollywood Arms with her mother, based on Carol Burnett's childhood. The play was staged on Broadway and received strong praise, proving Carrie was not just a performer, but also a gifted writer with her own voice. Behind the stage lights, Carrie lived a life of honesty and struggle. She openly spoke about her battles with addiction and her long journey to recovery. After getting sober, she became a voice of hope for others, often speaking about healing, forgiveness, and second chances. She also loved writing music quietly at home. Saying songs helped her say things she could not always speak. Carrie Hamilton died on January 20th, 2002. She was only 38 years old. The cause was lung and brain cancer after a long and painful fight with the illness. She passed away in Los Angeles, surrounded by family and love, just weeks after her birthday. The world responded with sadness and respect. Artists, actors, and fans shared stories of her kindness and strength. Her mother, Carol Burnett, spoke openly about her grief, helping others understand loss through honesty rather than silence. Many admired how Carrie faced death with calm and bravery. Today, Carrie Hamilton is remembered not only as the daughter of a legend, but as a talent in her own right. A scholarship and foundation were created in her name to support young artists. Her writing, her music, and her courage continue to inspire people who face their own struggles. She showed that even a life cut short can still be full of meaning. She did not live long, but she lived truthfully, and sometimes that is what makes a life unforgettable. From Olympic pools to jungle vines, he became a symbol of strength, adventure, and a voice the world never forgot. Johnny Weissmuller was born on June 2, 1904, in Friedorf, in what was then Austria-Hungary, now part of Romania. He moved to the United States as a small child, and swimming was first recommended to him as therapy for weak lungs. No one imagined that this exercise would turn him into the greatest swimmer the world had ever seen. His rise to fame began in the water. At the 1924 Paris Olympics, he won 3 gold medals and became an international hero. 4 years later in Amsterdam, he won 2 more gold medals, bringing his total to 5 Olympic golds. He never lost an Olympic race and broke dozens of world records. But his fame exploded even further in 1932 when he became Tarzan in Tarzan the Ape Man. His powerful build, fearless movement, and unforgettable Tarzan yell made him a global movie star. He went on to play Tarzan in 12 films and later starred in the Jungle Gym series. Away from fame, his life was more complicated. He married 5 times and struggled to find stability in love. In later years, money became a problem, and he lived quietly in Acapulco, Mexico. Many people did not know that he also battled health issues, including strokes that slowly took away the strength that once amazed the world. Johnny Weissmuller died on January 20th, 1984. He was 79 years old. The cause was pulmonary edema related to heart problems. He passed away in Acapulco, the city he had chosen for peace in his final years. The news of his death brought waves of nostalgia. Athletes remembered him as the swimmer who changed the sport forever. Film fans remembered him swinging through jungles, calling out with that wild, echoing cry. At his funeral, a recording of the Tarzan yell was played one last time as he was laid to rest. Today, Johnny Weissmuller is remembered as more than an actor and more than an athlete. He proved that a man could master 2 completely different worlds. In the pool, he was unbeatable. On the screen, he was unforgettable. His records inspired generations of swimmers, and his films shaped the image of adventure for millions of children. He lived like a legend, and even after the applause faded, his echo still swings through history. She crossed borders, wars, and galaxies, carrying her voice through history and leaving behind a silence that still feels too heavy. Mira Furlan was born on September 7, 1955, in Zagreb, then part of Yugoslavia, now Croatia. As a child, she loved literature and theater, and by her teenage years, she was already performing on professional stages. Many noticed not only her beauty, but her sharp mind and deep emotional range. Her rise began in European cinema and theater. In 1985, she appeared in When Father Was Away on Business, a film that won the Palme d'Or at Cannes and brought her international attention. She became one of the most respected actresses in Yugoslavia, starring in films like The Beauty of Vice and performing leading roles at the Croatian National Theater. But history interfered. When war broke out in the 1990s, she was attacked by nationalists for working in both Croatia and Serbia. Facing threats and losing her career overnight, she left everything behind and moved to the United States. There she rebuilt her life and found global fame as Delenn in the science fiction series Babylon 5, a calm, powerful leader who became a symbol of wisdom and change. Later, millions more recognized her as Danielle Rousseau on Lost, the mysterious woman who survived alone for years on a strange island. Away from the camera, she was thoughtful and deeply intellectual. She spoke several languages, loved writing, and often reflected on identity, exile, and belonging. She was married to director Goran Gajic, and together they built a quiet life in America, far from the chaos she had escaped. Mira Furlan died on January 20th, 2021. She was 65 years old. The cause was complications linked to West Nile virus, which she had contracted years earlier and which slowly damaged her health. She passed away in Los Angeles, the city that had become her second home. The news shocked fans around the world. Tributes came from fellow actors, directors, and especially from the science fiction community. The creator of Babylon 5 wrote a moving farewell, thanking her for the soul she gave to Delenn. Fans lit candles, shared scenes, and quoted her lines as if saying goodbye to a real friend. Today, Mira Furlan is remembered as more than an actress. She became a symbol of courage in the face of hate, of dignity in exile, and of strength through loss. Her characters taught empathy, patience, and hope. She showed that even when a homeland is taken away, a voice can still belong to the world. She walked through war, art, and imagination, and though she is gone, her light still travels among us. Some faces don't chase fame, they earn it slowly, quietly, until one day you realize they've been part of your life forever. Nedra Voles was born on December 18, 1908, in Mount Olive, Alabama. As a child, she traveled with her parents' vaudeville act and was already performing on stage before she could even read properly. Her career began in radio, where her warm Southern voice made her a natural storyteller. She became a familiar presence on popular radio shows like The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet and I Love Lucy. When television took over, she moved easily into the new world. She appeared in dozens of series, but many remember her best as Adeline, the sweet and simple housekeeper on Green Acres. She also popped up on the Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and many other classic shows, always playing women who felt real, kind, and comforting. Behind the scenes, Nedra lived a quiet and grounded life. She married William Voles, and they stayed together for decades. She once said she never chased stardom, only good work and good people. She loved gardening, cooking, and simple routines, and she believed that being dependable mattered more than being famous. Nedra Voles died on January 20th, 2003. She was 94 years old. Her death was from natural causes, and she passed away peacefully in Van Nuys, California, after a long life filled with steady work and quiet joy. When the news spread, fans of classic television felt a soft kind of sadness. Not the shock of sudden loss, but the ache of realizing someone familiar was gone. Fellow actors and TV historians remembered her as professional, gentle, and always prepared. Viewers shared old clips and said the same thing: she felt like family. Today, Nedra Voles is remembered as one of those rare performers who never stole the spotlight, yet made every scene warmer. She represented a kind of television that felt slower, kinder, and more human. Her characters didn't shout, they listened, they cared, and somehow they stayed with us. She didn't try to be unforgettable. She simply was, and sometimes that's the most powerful kind of legacy there is. Some performers make you laugh, others make you think, but a rare few do both so gently that you don't notice until they're gone. Beatrice Lillie was born on May 29, 1894, in Toronto, Canada. Her mother was a strict stage manager who trained her from childhood, and Beatrice was already performing before she ever had a normal school day. She rose to fame through musical comedy, first in London's West End and then on Broadway. Her style was different. She didn't rely on big gestures or loud jokes. She used timing, pauses, and a perfectly raised eyebrow. Audiences loved her in shows like At Home and Abroad and An Evening with Beatrice Lillie, where she mixed songs, satire, and sharp wit. Later, film introduced her to new generations. She appeared in On Approval in 1944, charmed audiences in Around the World in 80 Days, and became unforgettable as Mrs. Mears in Thoroughly Modern Millie in 1967, proving she could steal scenes at any age. Offstage, her life was far quieter. She married Sir Robert Peel in 1914, but they lived mostly separate lives and never divorced. Her deepest love was her son, Robin. When he died in a plane crash in 1948 at just 28 years old, it broke her heart. She continued performing, but those close to her said she was never quite the same again. Beatrice Lillie died on January 20th, 1989. She was 94 years old. Her death was from natural causes, and she passed away peacefully in Henley-on-Thames, England, where she had lived quietly in her later years. The theater world responded with deep respect. Actors, writers, and comedians called her a master of comedy. Newspapers wrote that she had influenced generations without ever needing to be loud or flashy. Fans revisited her recordings and old performances, amazed at how modern her humor still felt. Today, Beatrice Lillie is remembered as a pioneer of intelligent comedy. She showed that humor could be elegant, strange, subtle, and still unforgettable. Many comedians, especially women in comedy, still point to her as proof that you don't need to fit a mold to succeed. She didn't chase laughter, she invited it. And somehow, it followed her for nearly a century.